Hi friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back with a new video. It's on, again, Jason Blaha, and I'm going to react to his video with the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slave himself, Jason Blaha. I'm going to react to Blaha's video. Blaha says intermittent fasting combines well with low carbs for physique enhancement. So, periodically starving yourself and eating a low carb for physique enhancement. Okay. Interesting. Physique enhancement. This isn't bodybuilding, starving yourself.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about why combining intermittent fasting with a lower carb.
So here's the thing: starving yourself on steroids is gonna work for you because they're wasting drugs. They preserve you from wasting away. See what I mean? But he says he's using primobolan, so that's a cutting drug. Wow. What does it do exactly? What does an anabolic do compared to a very high androgenic drug? So you have to ask yourself that question. What do? They're cosmetics. They do very specific things.
Carb approaches tends to work really well for physique enhancement. I'm still coming out of a higher carb.
They don't work well for physique enhancement. They don't enhance your physique. Starving yourself doesn't enhance your physique. You understand me? I don't know what he's talking about. He says enhancements. You mean getting skinny? Starving yourself? Yeah, it works really well to get skinny. Yeah. Burn fat and muscle. Sure.
Even in this footage, so I'm going to tighten up a little bit. But ultimately, one of the things I've always found for me, my waistline will always be tighter and I will always look my leanest when I take this approach. Just for me personally, as someone who's done all of it, someone who's known for not necessarily being leaner and has gotten leaner and harder over the years. But what I personally find with it is the fasting itself is phenomenal for body recomposition.
So the starvation is very good for the body composition, naturally or taking steroids? Cosmetics.
I've discussed that a lot. I should probably do more and more videos on it of why protein overfeeding with fasting and fasted training tends to work really well. But one of the problems I've always had... Starve yourself to train while you're starved. Works really well. Yeah, not. Is when we start adding a bunch of carbohydrates in when we are doing fasting.
Why are you adding carbohydrates in? They're not natural to humans. You don't need to eat carbohydrates. Nobody needs to eat carbohydrates. I don't eat carbohydrates. Blaha says if I don't eat sugar, I'm going to die. I don't eat any sugar. I don't eat any carbohydrates. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. But anyways, you can still find some sugar, trace elements of sugar in even dairy products. So there's something going on there somewhere. And even if your body needed sugar, it would convert the protein that you eat into glucose if necessary. So your body really controls these functions. Blah's like, you don't eat sugar, you're going to die. You're going to be dysfunctional. Well, that's bullshit because your body would never make you dysfunctional. Unless, of course, you're on a very low nutrient diet, which Blaha is on. And I'll explain that in a minute in this video.
I'm probably the only person online who...
Definitely true with brown rice and sweet potatoes. The bloat gets overwhelming. It's uncomfortable.
Brown rice and sweet potatoes, the bloat. It's not bloat, it's inflammation. You see how these people, these so-called influencers cover up these problems? Number one, he says intermittent fasting. That is starvation. He's starving himself. That isn't fasting, you're starving. Number two, he says bloat. It's actually inflammation. Why? What is causing that inflammation? Well, there's arsenic in rice. See what I mean? And rice is foreign in your stomach when it comes to a carnivore animal. It's foreign, so you put it in there, you get an inflammatory response because it's toxic. So it's going to cause inflammation in your stomach, not bloating, inflammation, and it's going to ferment and a bunch of stuff, and then it's when you start farting, that's the toxins coming out. They're exiting. Get it? It's like oxalate dumping. Why is it coming through your skin, your eyeballs? They're watery because that's oxalate dumping. They have to go somewhere. Sometimes they can't go through the organs.
Your stomach, it hurts later. Getting sufficient calories to gain muscle is hard. And people say, so why fast? Because of the metabolic benefits. I personally get
Sufficient calories to build muscle. You don't need calories. You need a high nutrient diet and protein to build muscle.
the best workouts on an empty stomach. Like
He does the best workouts on a starving. That's crazy. But he's taking steroids.
I'm able to lift the most weight, get the best workouts.
He's able to lift the most weight because he injects strength in him. It's called molecule strength.
Not vomiting or having issues like that. As my workouts get pretty grueling, especially some of my lower days or my back days. So again, vomiting can be a problem. Being nauseated can be a problem.
Vomiting, being nauseated could be a problem. Yeah, if you're vomiting and having nausea, it's kind of obvious. This is kind of a bad sign. Yes, Blaha.
Having an empty stomach helps me massively and it gives me better focus. But then we also have the body comp.
Having an empty stomach as a natural person, your testosterone, your hormones are going to be extremely low, and your body is going to be catabolic, and it's going to be catabolic. So the catabolic hormone is now competing with the androgen, binding with the myocytic androgen receptor. You understand me? So you'll have less force production, and you'll be catabolic because now there's more breakdown in proteins than there are building up. You understand what I'm talking about? That's just crazy.
Position in. I mean, people have said, "Hey, Jason, how did you get quite a bit leaner? You were, had a bit of a belly or heavier power lifter."
How did he get leaner? He starved himself on steroids. Steroids are wasting drugs. They protect you from wasting away. See what I mean? So he's not going to totally waste away because it's these things. The drugs that he's using. Obviously, he's using cutting drugs right now, right? Some like Test and Primobolan.
And you never really went low calorie. No, I just started doing more fasted training, fasted cardio.
I like that one. You went low calorie. No, I just started starving myself more often. Okay.
Keeping protein high, and I've managed to stay pretty big and strong doing it for an old guy. So the thing is, the approach works.
He managed to stay big and strong for an old guy. He managed to inject steroids like he says he does in all his videos because he can't accomplish it naturally. His training is garbage. You understand garbage? Do people understand garbage out there? Can you not fucking see these people are all garbage, these influencers and everybody taking these drugs and fooling you that they're, I did it natural and all that. Even their training doesn't coincide with natural. You understand me? Because concentric exercises do not build fucking muscles, bro. Get it? And bodybuilding is not about starving yourself and to see how low body fat I can get.
Problem becomes in that feed window. The discomfort in the feed window, and then oftentimes
He's making shit up. This is what you would call cosmetic. That isn't based on bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is based on building your body. But if you want to lose body fat, that's for cosmetic purposes because you're like, I want low body fat so I look extremely muscular. That is cosmetic.
Loading the next day. And I found even if I do the white rice and white potatoes, it can still be problematic. Sometimes a little bit of blood sugar can be slightly erratic. Even when you have great insulin sensitivity, you'll get a little sleepy. But mainly the stomach bloat. Then we have to have those
Again, it's not stomach bloat, man. You're filled with oxalates from the sweet potatoes and arsenic from the rice, bro. Get it, man? You understand me? And there's glucose there. Christ, there's too much of it, and it's inflammation, okay? And they're anti-nutrient.
calories. Like even in my case,
So think about it. Why do you think Blaha has aged so much? Because he eats foods that are caloric. He doesn't eat foods that are high in nutrients. He's against all that. And he eats a lot of foods that are anti-nutrient. And if they're anti-nutrient, even if he is eating foods that have some nutrients in it, he's not getting enough. And the older you get, the higher the nutrient base you want in your diet. In other words, the rawer you want to go. Look at my videos. Notice how much I eat at the buffet. Bro, I eat like plates of meat over the summertime. Look at my video. Go back. Look how much fucking meat, beef I ate. My God, how much fish, raw fish I eat like crazy. I eat so much. It's incredible. The people at the buffet, you're like, well, they know me. They go, "You're the guy with the good appetite." Well, if you're sitting there for over 3-4 hours eating, yeah, it kind of looks like that, doesn't it? See what I mean? I go there for a specific reason to the buffet. I don't go there because, I'm going there because I want to go in for pleasure for a pizza or some bullshit. You know, I want to go there for a few minutes and eat something and fuck off. I go there because it's work, it's business. But Blaha is just aging because of lack of nutrients. That's why they look like this.
I mean, I need over 3,500 calories a day.
Look, this guy, I am longevity, and this Blaha. They're like screaming and yelling, and when you look at them, body does the talking, bro. Body does the talking, and it says nothing here. It's just terrible.
I will start dropping weight quickly, relatively quickly. And again, and it impacts strength. So even if you're cutting, you want it to be pretty slow if you care about your muscle and strength. And so the thing is, getting in enough clean calories, because we don't want to eat junk food. It can be hard, but here's the thing. A lot of your calories are easier on your digestive system, and they stave off hunger. So that's kind of the thing that we have to think about of when we are doing higher fat, healthy fat, and we're still getting our vegetables and stuff in.
Yeah, you want animal fat, as much animal fat as you can get in your diet, okay?
Right, so in my case, staples for me are going to be avocados, peppers. Obviously, some phases a lot more spinach, a lot more broccoli.
Avocados and peppers. Spinach is high in oxalates, terrible. You don't need any of these things. You don't need them.
Those are my 4 go-tos. Avocados are a daily thing for me. I always eat at least 1 avocado every day. Some days 2, just for the vitamins.
I don't eat any of those things. I don't eat any of those things.
Fiber, all of that amazing stuff. Okay.
You can't digest fiber. Obviously, Blaha is on the moon. You can't digest fiber. That's why you're shitting all day and farting. Farting and everything is the toxins being released from your stomach because you're just fermenting this shit in there. And then you accelerate aging because this causes nutrients from being absorbed. And if it's prevented, you deteriorate faster than you're aging. Get it, man? Like Blaha. He's deteriorating faster than he's aging. I put a section there in my community section. I posted that, a scientific thing there. It tells you are deteriorating faster than you're aging. Like I've always said in all my videos. See what I mean? So yeah.
But they're nutrient dense. And so here's the thing. When we go over to this sort of approach and you combine the high fat, low carb, so let's say you're doing, 300 grams.
Think about it. Steroids are toxic, right? They have side effects called toxicity, and some are more toxic than others. So when you inject these toxins directly into your bloodstream and it circulates, what do you think it's doing when you are eating food, even if you are eating food that has nutrients in it? What do you think it's doing to it? Why do you think they say when you inject steroids, they tell you, they go, oh, it ages you so many years? What's aging you about? If steroid is a hormone, testosterone, it's a youth drug. Testosterone is considered a youth drug. But toxins that come with it, that's the problem. So why do they tell you that you age, you accelerate aging taking steroids? Because of the toxicity. See what I mean? You have a lack of nutrients, and so you start deteriorating faster than you're aging because those toxins, they prevent the nutrients from being absorbed. Yeah.
There's a protein, but you're on 3,000 calories, right? That other 1,800 calories, if it's coming from fat, it doesn't bloat your stomach. It doesn't bring water.
Well, if it's coming from animal fat, why would it give you inflammation? There's no toxins in it, Blaha.
into your intestine to the same extent, because again, it's hydrophobic, not hydrophoric, right? So
Okay.
it's not drawing water into your gut. Okay?
Well, it's drawing water in your cells. What happens is when you have inflammation, it is drawing water in the cells. Why is it doing that? I don't know. Maybe to protect itself. Who the fuck knows? I'm not a scientist, bro, or a doctor or anything. I haven't studied these things directly. I have an idea. I can't be too sure, but I definitely know that there are certain inflammations that are good, and there are some that are bad for you. See what I mean?
Not causing any of that bloating, not causing stomach discomfort. I think most
That inflammation, your body's talking to you, but Blaha, he ignores that because he doesn't listen to his senses or his survival skills. He doesn't listen to these things. He doesn't care.
of us realize this. You can eat a pound of steak and 6 or 7 eggs without GI tract distress. Though in some vegetables,
Yeah, you want to know why you don't get GI tract distress eating a pound of steak or a bunch of eggs? Because they're animal products, that's why. They're highly nutrient. They don't have any toxins in them. That's why you don't get bloating, farting. You don't get any inflammation eating animal products. You only get them when you eat plants. Because why? Because they're toxic. Get it, men?
and you're good to go. Right? For a lot of people, that's real solid.
And no, if you eat raw eggs, you don't fart. Because I eat a shit ton of raw eggs I've been eating. And I haven't farted or bloated eating raw eggs. That's a lie when people tell you that. If they're farting and eating raw eggs, it's because it's interfering. The fiber that you're eating, the garbage food, the slave food diet, is interfering with the animal products. That's what's causing you to fart and bloat, not the eggs. People are really dumb out there.
Doing the math, I was like, oh man, that could be about 800 calories. We're up to about 1,400 calories, right? About 150 grams of protein there too.
Look at with every rep, Blaha is accelerated aging. He's addicted to accelerating aging. He's doing everything to accelerate aging and destroy himself. Lifting concentrically, lifting every day in the garage, lifting slave, bro. Eating these fake foods and everything, starving himself. Christ, starving yourself accelerates aging. Taking steroids, highly toxic, accelerated aging. Lifting every day is a lifting slave in the gym, accelerated aging. Eating tofu, fucking rice with arsenic in it, oxalates, yams with oxalates and shit, and all that. Coffee that's toxic and shit. This pasta and all this other crap, slave food diet, accelerated aging. So tell me what Blaha is doing not to accelerate aging. Here, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I do eccentric exercise. I do it periodically, very periodically. Why? Because I'm regenerating. There you go. Regeneration, listen to the word regeneration. Eccentric exercise is associated with regeneration. Okay. What's concentric exercise associated with? Nothing. Wearing out your joints, accelerated aging, just fucking yourself. Okay. I'm eating a highly nutritious diet, mostly raw fish, raw seafood, and some raw beef and stuff like that, animal products, high fat. What is that associated with? High nutrient diet, right? See what I mean? Highly nutritious diet, no toxins, nothing. More nutrients in there, better absorption. See what I mean? See the difference? And I'm not a lifting slave. So I'm not doing any of these things that he's doing to accelerate aging. And I'm not starving myself. I never starve myself. I eat a very high nutrient diet to not starve myself.
You're pretty close to your target numbers there. But it won't blow.
So you tell me, who's smarter, Blaha or me? Whose training is better? Blaha's training, accelerated aging, or me, based on regeneration?
You, and it won't make your stomach uncomfortable. It won't make you lethargic. Okay, because that's one of the things when we're dealing with the fasting, the bloat and the lethargy from eating too much at once. But in that case, it's good. And people say, yeah, but it's lower stomach volume once you get hungrier. No, because it's all super slow digesting. we digest those fats really, really slow. So like in my case, someone like me,
No, you don't. Animal fat is digested quickly. You have man, you have your stomach is highly acidic, so it dissolves the meat and the fat instantaneously. That's the reason why when you're on your natural animal-based diet, you notice you don't go shitting all the time to the toilet. See what I mean? You're not shitting because most of it has been digested. See the difference? Digested. But when you eat fiber, it doesn't digest, so you shit it. You shit it out because it's not digestible.
I can knock down 3,500 calories and 300 grams of protein, with most of the calories being, healthier fats. Eggs, meat, avocados.
Eggs and meat. Yeah, not avocados. You don't need avocados. Those are not healthy fats.
Right?
Wrong.
Without my stomach
Wrong.
getting bloated.
You just said your stomach was getting bloated. Inflammation. You're getting inflammation in all your cells. You're inflaming them, and then you're pretending you're big. And then you're lifting every day to increase inflammation in your muscles. Man, and that's another problem. Man, oxidative stress, okay.
And how long does it take to digest? The digestion time on that's really long.
Hypoxia and oxidative stress. Let me see how much hypoxia and oxidative stress we can do today so I can accelerate aging. My name is Blaha. Let's see how much slave food diet I can eat with toxins so I can accelerate aging. Let's see how much more I can accelerate aging by starving myself and lifting weights. Yay!
Long, it stays in your system a long time. You have energy and fuel. Sustained energy without the impact on the blood sugar the same way, without impact on bloating. This is a big deal, and
Right.
it will make you tighter. So you guys notice this footage here, like I said, I've just now gone back low carbs a week or so. So I'm still a little boofy in the waistline, but it will go down. And then people be like, Coach, you just did a big cut. No, I didn't. I stayed on 3,500 calories or whatever. Now, just continue to do all my fasted training. We bring the carbs.
He's on a big cut? You mean he's on a big starvation? Their starvation journey. There's no such thing as a cut. There's just you're starving yourself.
Down, the waistline tightens up. But we do so without discomfort, and it doesn't affect you the same. You still get a lot of the mental clarity because you're still have some of the benefits of the fasting. There's still almost a bit of ketosis type benefit. And if you're
Here's the
fasting,
thing, if you live in a cold climate and you lower your body fat very, very, very low, you're going to be constantly sick. Doesn't matter how much you bundle yourself up. You can dress yourself up, but every time you go out there in really, really, really cold weather, you're going to be sick every single day. You're going to have problems. You understand me? Yeah. My body fat right now is low. And every time if I walk out in cold weather, I constantly have stuffed up nose. I feel sick all the time. You know what I mean? Because the body fat is just too low.
adapted, you get pretty decent mental clarity, right? Yeah, but the fats don't create the problem. So then it gives you a nice, solid, sustainable fuel source. And then people are like, well, how do people train like that? You guys see me do 2-hour workouts on low carbs.
We have good fat and we have bad fat. We have a good type of body fat because it's for the, cold weather. I mean, come on.
Fasted all the time. It's not a problem once you're adapted to it. And you guys know what my workouts look like. It literally come in. Sometimes I do 3 sets with 550 on a deadlift, 3 work sets for reps.
Yes.
Then do a bunch of glute ham raises, a bunch of 25 to 50 rep sets of reverse hypers, sometimes even some heavy good mornings in there. Like we work, guys.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'll do 12 sets for lats.
Yes.
And then do some curls. Right? Perfectly normal. You adapt to it. And then I'll go do cardio. You don't have to have much carbohydrate to lift. You really don't. You burn through very, very little glycogen doing it. That's a myth. Not saying you don't burn through some, but it's lower than you think. It's lower than you think. Are there some benefits to carbohydrate approaches? Absolutely.
How would he know? Has he ever done this naturally to find out? Or has it always been faked?
but it's not necessary. So this other approach works very well. I feel like the lower carb approach combines with fasting extremely well due to the digestion differences, the GI tract differences, and then just the long-term sustained energy from the bit you eat during your fasted window without bloating, without any sort of lethargy or any real shifts in your blood sugar. It's actually extremely pragmatic.
Yeah, okay.
It's very practical. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that.
Thank God, man. I'll see you in the next one. Blah is just, I don't know, ridiculous. I already has a, what is it, OnlyFans page now. All of a sudden, he's an OnlyFans guy. Who the hell would want to pay to watch him? See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.